think I've done a single makeup or beauty video since my declutter last year. It's been about a year, and the past year has been the most radical change for me in terms of makeup purchasing and wearing and just makeup in general. So today I thought we could have a little bit of a chat as I get ready. As you can see, there is no makeup on my face. That will change shortly, but I really wanted to do a little bit of an update in terms of where I am at with makeup. About a year ago I did a makeup decluttering video where I threw out pretty much my entire makeup collection, and I'm not saying that to be like extreme or anything, it's really what I did. I will link the video here or down in the description box, but the short of it is that I got a staph infection and I had to get rid of everything. So I had to buy an entirely new makeup collection, which was very expensive. I kind of thought I will just buy a little bit more makeup as I go along, but I haven't bought anything. That was certainly not intentional, but I think I was, for a lack of a better word, like slightly traumatized from, the infection itself. Did not enjoy that, would not recommend. And then obviously the treatment, and then having to throw out so much expensive makeup, spending a lot of money buying new makeup, and then also worrying I would somehow contaminate this new makeup again and reinfect myself somehow that way. Like, I realize it's a little bit much, it's a bit intense, I get that. It's just been a journey, it's been a process, but I am at the point now where I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed, and I do want to add some pieces to my makeup collection. And then I also have kind of quite a few products that expire after a year, so I have to get rid of those. I'm not going to do that in this video. I can film a separate sort of declutter. It's going to be short because this makeup collection, it's minimal. But I really wanted to talk through some of the things that have been going through my head, because I find that they are really, really valuable lessons, and I wish that I had thought about this way before I amassed so much makeup and had to get rid of it. And I really wanted to share. I'm gonna put my hair away. I get so kind of heated talking that I forget that I'm also supposed to get ready. First of all, a little bit of a disclaimer. I have not used all of these products for a full year. It's not sanitary, so things like my mascara I have switched out every 2 to 3 months. I need to, because my eyes get all like weird. If not, I love collecting makeup. I always have. Eyeshadow palettes or lipsticks. And I also love organizing it to look all pretty, and I had so much space dedicated to storing my makeup, and I somehow kind of convinced myself that it was okay. As long as I had space for it, I could kind of curate a collection. And now, kind of looking back, I see that I most likely only used this as an excuse to make it hurt a little bit less. The fact that I was spending so much money on eyeshadow palettes, I would just find new ways of organizing them. There is this mindset that it's kind of not an addiction, it's a collection, and like on social media where it's seen as kind of like buying, especially certain makeup products, is seen more as curating a makeup collection instead of actually buying perishable product. And I think it's so damaging, because it's really helping you trick yourself into thinking you're not spending a lot of money. Even before I had to throw everything out, I had started reducing the amount of eyeshadow palettes I had, especially because I used to have a ton. I would look at it as adding something to my collection, and I didn't really stop and think, how long is this going to be something that I'm actually using? And I'm going to be honest, for a lot of the palettes that I have thrown out, I haven't hit pan on a single eyeshadow in that palette, which is insanity. And I really had to learn that the hard way. Don't ever treat perishable beauty products as a collection. If you're actually intending on using these products, you have to start accepting that they do have a shelf life. Let's repeat, makeup expires. I get it if you're doing it for the packaging and everything. I'm not attacking that. You do whatever you want with your money. But for me personally, I have really started to consider huge makeup collections as the intense liability that they are. The larger the collection, the more has to go. And for me, the most important thing with this is to use it in a way where I help myself realize that I can't justify as easily spending money on a new eyeshadow palette when I already have 5. So if you're buying 5 eyeshadow palettes, just add all of them up. Are you willing to spend that amount of money every 2 years? Sometimes, at least for me, it's just really helpful to have a little bit of a reality check when it comes to what am I actually putting money into here. What I'm trying to say here is that I have shifted my mindset. I no longer spend a ton of time looking at other people's makeup collection. I don't kind of idolize it the same way that I used to, or idolize is the wrong way, but kind of I don't really want it in the same way that I used to, because now I am so aware of how much it sucks to get rid of it, essentially. Now I don't find it as easy to justify new makeup purchases all the time. So as I mentioned, after I finished buying a new very minimal collection, I did plan on buying more makeup just as I needed, really, and it never happened. And for me, it was really useful to kind of go through and really work with a much more limited collection. You start to realize there is a finite amount of makeup you will be able to put on your face throughout the year. There is no way you can actually finish a ton of products before they expire. And I guess this depends a lot on the person as well. Some people use a lot of a product and some people don't use as much. But I find that things like powder blush, not something I go through very, very quickly. I had one and I am far from hitting pan on it. You also start to notice that a lot of the products are very sort of multifunctional. I only have the one powder blush, that's it for blush, but I've used my lipsticks as blush just as much, and it works. I think I even mentioned in the video where I sort of replenished my makeup collection that I'm obviously going to buy more because I don't have any cream blush. I only have the one tone blush, and even then very sort of motivated to work with as small of a makeup collection as I could. I still didn't realize how little makeup I actually needed. So the lesson really is you need way less than you think, and when you really make it a point to own a lot less makeup, you become just a little bit more critical of what you're actually adding. So previously I had a lot of products that were unrealistic, I think is the best way to describe them. So I had things like blue eyeliner. If you've been following my channel, when have you ever seen me wear blue eyeliner? I can promise you it's not more often in real life than it is on this channel, which means that I never wore it. I did put it on when I first bought it and I thought, wow, it's so cool and it's so fun, but when I tried this product, I didn't question, would I actually wear this outside? Where am I going to wear this? I just uncritically added something because I thought, ooh, that could be fun sometimes. Turns out, no, that could not be fun sometimes. Never wore it, money wasted, unnecessary purchase, threw it away, obviously, because it was way past expiration anyways. Even if I hadn't used it, I tried it on that one time and that's when the clock starts ticking for makeup products. And I'm not saying this to say that you should only have very boring, minimal, neutral makeup, but rather to realize what is realistic for your life. I definitely realized that it's not in my personality to wear colorful makeup very often or at all. I mean, it's a red lipstick and that's pretty much it. I have a new rule. I will only buy makeup for my real life, and if I want anything beyond that, I will buy things for specific events only. No more hypothetical parties, no more that could be fun sometime for this fantasy imaginary event I have in my head. None of that. If I have an item that I want to wear for a specific event, Saturday, 8 p.m, I have planned the look and the outfit and everything goes, okay, cool, I can consider purchasing that item then. and not before. And even then I want to kind of ask myself, let's just continue with the blue eyeliner. If it's a product where I'm kind of feeling certain I'm not going to wear it after this party, am I really okay buying this piece for only one night? I'm already noticing that for me the answer would be that I'm probably going to go with a different look. Just scrap the blue eyeliner. There are tons of different looks that I will be just as happy with. It's not going to be the answer every time, but just as an example, it's worth being a little bit more critical, at least for me. And honestly, that day has not happened yet. It's been close with a couple of glitter eyeshadows, but I have not bought any of those yet. And you might also notice that we're moving into the territory of cost per wear, which is something I use a lot for my clothes, and it's something that I have been considering a lot more for my makeup products as well. So I look at the product and I look at how long until it expires, and then I kind of ask myself, how often do I think I will wear this product until I have to get rid of it, whether it's empty or not. Because a fairly inexpensive product that you only wear once, it's still going to be more expensive than, like, my foundation is definitely among the more pricey things in my collection, and I did actually repurchase this throughout the year. And cost per wear still means that this is not as expensive as just randomly on a whim buying less expensive makeup that I end up wearing once. Last year I bought 2 eyeshadow palettes. This is one of them, and I'm gonna be honest, now I feel like I could have done with one, which is something that I never would have thought I would get to that kind of place. I get that this could be different if you love experimenting with your makeup, but then you're probably gonna feel better about buying more different makeup as well. And for these eyeshadow palettes, I think they have an expiration date of 2 years. Yes. So I have 1 year left, and as you can see, this eyeshadow palette, I have not hit pan on any of them. And I have not hit pan on the other one either. You can see they're similar even, both neutrals, but this one is small, so it's fine. It's great if I'm traveling because it doesn't take up so much space, so I'm okay with having the 2. But obviously in a year they both have to go, and just knowing that even if these 2 eyeshadow palettes are the only ones I have, they will not be used up by the time I have to replace them. It's definitely valuable knowledge, because it means that I won't go out and buy a lot more. And this is kind of leading me into, I think this is the final big point that I want to talk about. It's something that I've heard a lot. It's easy to agree with, but very difficult to understand until you actually kind of experience it for yourself. Ooh, that was a bit much bronzer. I have often heard that having too many options equals having no options whatsoever. I've often thought, yes, I agree, but then I still had far too much. If I'm being honest, a lot of my makeup products just never saw the light of day because I had so much. It's fine if you're going out and you have a lot of time to get ready, but often I would just end up using a lot of the same products anyways. I'm using a lipstick. I have done this a lot, and then I use that as blush. I definitely had a lot of makeup that even if I enjoyed using it, I never did because it was too much of an effort to find it every single time I was going to get ready, because we all know out of sight, out of mind. If I didn't see it, I just wouldn't use it. And then whenever I would go through my makeup collection and clean it, or if I would sort of do a declutter, I'd always get surprised, like, oh, I love this product, why don't I wear it more? Because it was at the bottom. That's why I didn't wear it more. And liquid eyeliner, another product that I have repurchased. It's not as exciting as buying new releases, but I don't even get them anymore. I just unsubscribed. I definitely am a little bit boring in the makeup products that I use. I go for the products that I know work. I would used to love looking at what are the new beauty products coming out every month. It not only took up time, but I feel like your mind is just so much more geared towards buying new things. Whereas now, I only look up, is there a better eyeliner or brow gel, when I actually have to replace it. When you only have one product, you really kind of test it to see how far can you make it go. And for me, it has really helped me kind of focus on techniques rather than new products all the time. because when it comes down to it, there are a lot more makeup products than there are makeup techniques. And a lot of makeup products really are multi-purpose. I have played around more with blush techniques this year than I have ever before, and I've only used lipsticks. It has helped me so much to focus on playing around with techniques and the products that I already have and seeing what I can do with them, rather than focusing on what is the next purchase going to be. One thing I will say, I had one nude lip liner and I can't for the life of me find it because I must have misplaced it somewhere. Maybe it's in one of my bags. I don't really know. That's a little bit annoying, so that's maybe the one drawback of having only one of each item. If you lose it, you're a little bit stuck. My makeup really doesn't take that long, it's just that I keep rambling on. Just a little bit of powder and then I am done. I realize that this video might come off a little bit judgmental. I don't mean it that way, I really don't. I just wish I knew then what I know now, and I really wanted to share that. So I will get off my soapbox. I am very sorry if this video came off as me judging you. I get that we are all different, and for some people it makes sense and it makes them happy to have a lot of makeup. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, so be sure to leave a comment down below. I loved the conversation we had on the previous videos, so I really appreciate it. If you would like to see a decluttering video, you can check out my old ones, and obviously if you want to see me declutter what I have now, do let me know.